Hello again, my name is Eric, your Magic Chef technician. In our previous video, we went over the necessary connections for this washing machine unit. Today, I wanted to go over how to use the controls, especially if this is the first time using a unit like this washing machine. Let's get started. Now, if you've already connected the drain hose, hook attachment, the water hose, and the power cord, then we can go ahead and proceed to using our unit. Let's go ahead and start off by pressing the on-off switch to get started. And as you can see, after pressing it, all the LEDs turn on, which lets us know that there's power coming through. Okay, let's go ahead and select our normal wash. So if you look right over here, right under this is the program button. So you can go ahead and select this to change whichever program. There's up to 6 programs to choose from. Okay, now as you can see, 3 of them are split to the left, the other 3 are split to the right. The way you can tell you've already selected one of these 3 is if the LED is on and it stays lit. So for example, right now it's automatically set to heavy with 44 minutes. But once you notice it's flashing, that means it's selecting this side. In this case, right now it's flashing at the top. It means for right now I have it on quick. So now we have it on normal, which is what we want. It's set for 37 minutes. We don't need to do a huge load right now. Let's go ahead and select small. As you can tell, it immediately changed the time. Because it's a smaller load, the unit doesn't have to wash as long. So that's why the time will go ahead and adjust itself depending on what you have your settings set to. Okay, and the last thing is, because we already have this unit hooked up to a faucet, we only need to select the cold water setting. Okay, looks like everything is up and ready. Let's go ahead and press the start button. And success. As you can hear, water is now filling into the tub and the countdown has begun. After 32 minutes, this load should be done. Another great feature about this unit is that you can adjust the functions of the program that you select. What do I mean? As you can see on the left hand side, there is a function button. Above it, all the functions that will come with the program we select. We can also add or take away these functions as well. So let's say I only want to do the spin because I already did a wash and rinse earlier, but I had to stop the unit. I come back and all I have to do is press until only the spin function is activated. You'll notice the LEDs for spin is only lit. The time went down to 8 minutes to compensate for only wanting the spin. But we can also add a soak function. Why would we want to add soak? Well, let's say our clothes are heavily soiled, lots of stains on them. Leaving the clothes soaking in water helps break down all those stains and ensures that by the end of our cycle, we are going to get rid of those stains. So you'll also notice that it adjusted to 61 minutes and all the other functions are lit. Another thing you can do is, as parents, things can happen abruptly. So for example, let's say you know for sure you have to step out of the house for 1 hour, but you already got the load before this happened. So what you can do is press the delay button, set it for 1 hour. Your unit will actually count down 1 hour before it starts the load that you programmed it to. And that's a great feature because we do not recommend leaving your unit running while you're not at your home. If emergency happens, you may want to be there to ensure that you can shut off the power or turn off the water to the unit before anything bad happens inside of your home. So always recommend to be inside of your home when using the unit. Like I said, you can adjust the temperature, but if you're using a faucet, I'll show you right now how to adjust the temps. If you have your washing machine hooked up to the faucet as your water source, instead of using the controls to change the temperature, you will just use your faucet itself to change the water from cold to hot. So for example, right now it's off. If I want strictly cold, set the faucet to the cold setting, which would be in this case to the right. If I want warm, either leave it back in the middle, or if I want strictly hot water, all the way to the left. And that's how I would control my water temperature via my faucet. Okay. We already went over on how to select the programs. On this left hand side you have these three. You know for sure you're selecting one of these three when the LED is staying lit. Okay, and you know for sure you're picking any of these three functions: quick, bulky, and spin, when the LED is flashing right next to the one you're trying to select. Another thing you may want to know is sometimes our clothes have these white stains. Those are stains from suds, from how concentrated the detergent we may be using. If that's the case, I would highly suggest turning on the extra rinse function. Reason being is so that it adds a second rinse into your program, or sometimes even a third. Some of the programs already have a second. That way to ensure that it dilutes all the suds and ensures that there's no sud stains. And last but not least, and also another great feature is, let's say you have children in the house and you want to make sure that in case they like to touch things, they don't mess anything up. So while the unit is running, we already put onto the label what buttons you would have to press to select the control lock. Press these two for 3 seconds until the LED for control lock is lit. As you can see, it's on. Nothing. The only thing that it'll allow you to do is press the on-off button, or in worst case scenario, you open the lid. Which brings me to my next point. Do not open the lid unless you pause the unit first. Reason being is if you open the lid while the unit is running, you will receive an E3 error code. You can get rid of that by pressing start, or you could just shut the unit and then turn it back on. Hopefully this video was clear and helpful on understanding how to use and select the cycle programs of your washing machine. If you have any additional questions, feel free to look into your user's manual. It has lots of helpful information and tips about your washing machine. But if you have any specific questions, don't hesitate to call our office at 888-775-0202. Any one of our representatives will be more than happy to help you out. Our office is open from 7:30 a.m. to 7 p.m. Central Time. Thank you.